Your shoes by the door like you're still around. Every little silence knows your sound. I tell myself I'm fine, I'm holding strong, but nights feel longer when you're gone. Your coffee cup still on the sink, like maybe you just stepped out for a drink. I keep pretending this is temporary, but loving you is never secondary. I read between the lines you never said, heard goodbye before you left. I stayed when you let go, held on when it was clear you were already halfway out, while I was standing here. I fought for what we had, you fought to feel free. I stayed when you let go, and it broke something in me. We talk about forever late at night, like it was something we could get right, but forever slipped right through our hands, like you never understood the plan. I watch your love grow distant, like a lie you didn't wanna let in. I kept hoping you'd come around, while your heart was already somewhere else now. Oh, you said you needed time to breathe. I didn't know you meant from me. I stayed when you let go, I stayed when you let go, believed in every maybe. You said you still love me, but love felt so unsteady. I've been till I almost broke, trying to make you see. I stay when you let go, oh, and it shattered me. Maybe love is knowing when to stop before you lose everything you've got. I don't blame you for walking away, I blame myself for begging you to stay. I should've known, I should've known. I stay when you let go, I stay when you let go. Now I'm learning how to stand, now I'm learning how to stand, without your shadow on my chest, without your shadow on my chest, without your hand in my hand, without your hand in my hand. If loving you cost me peace, then that's the truth I see, and that's the truth I see. I stay when you let go, but now I'm choosing me. I'm closing doors I held too long, still hurting, but moving on. I've spoken half-truths just to keep the peace, swallowed every thought that didn't sound like me. You said you loved how calm I stayed, never saw the cost I paid. I learned your moves like we're the signs, knew when to talk, knew when to hide. I gave you silence when I should've fought, 'cause losing you scared me more than losing myself. I held my breath so you could breathe, forgot what I was needing. I gave you my quiet, every unsaid word. I stood in the shadow, hoping I'd be heard. I didn't raise my voice, didn't make a scene. I gave you my quiet, and you took it from me. fixed your wounds with steady hands, while mine kept bleeding through the cracks. You said we were solid, nothing to fear, but love shouldn't disappear. I kept believing calm and strong, but silence stayed too long. I confused patience with proof and paid the truth. I gave you my quiet, my better days. I made myself smaller in every way. I didn't ask questions, I didn't plead. I gave you my till it buried me. Maybe love needs noise to survive. Maybe hearts should testify. I don't hate you, I just learned you can't save love by getting burned. I should have spoken, I know. I gave you my quiet, now I'm finding my voice, learning that healing still sounds like a choice. If love asks for silence, it isn't peace. I gave you my but now I'm choosing me. So this is me, finally loud enough to walk away with my heart intact. We were standing in the ruins, calling it a home, saying we were fine while feeling so alone. I felt the ending coming long before it came. Still I stayed and wore the blame. You stopped looking at me the same, like loving me was now a weight. I tried to be what you needed most, while slowly turning to a ghost. I heard the silence in your touch, knew I was loving too much. I loved you past the ending, past where we should have stopped. Held on to broken promises like they were all I've got. You already leaving while I was still pretending I loved you past the ending, and paid the cost. We talked in circles, never truth. I kept protecting you from proof that we were fading every day. Still I begged my heart to stay. I memorized your excuses well, learned how to read goodbye in your eyes. I was fighting for a memory, you were just trying to survive. I blame the timing, blame the pain, never blamed your name. I loved you past the ending, when love was already gone. Stepping into light, I loved you past the ending, through every lonely night. Maybe love is knowing when to let go before it turns your heart to stone. goodbye, not in anger or regret. Just a heart finally catching on to the end. You said you needed distance, said you needed space. I stay right where you left me, staring at your place. Your jacket on the backseat, your smile in my phone. I was learning how to miss you while you were moving on. You stopped saying my name like it meant something real. Started touching my shoulder like you didn't feel. I kept fixing the cracks you never saw, holding us together while you let us fall. I felt you slipping every time you turned away. Still I believe love would make you stay. I was holding what you dropped, all the plans, all the trust. I was loving us alone, but loving me was too much. You walked out so easily, like nothing here was true. I was holding what you dropped, still here without you. We talked about forever like it was a choice, but you already decided. I just didn't hear your voice. I kept reading signs you didn't mean to send, turning almost into hope again. You said I was important, just not right now. Those words still echo, still break me down. I stay loyal to a feeling you outgrew. Tried to be enough for the both of us too. I confused your comfort for love and paid for it in blood. I was holding what you dropped, every reason, every why. I was fighting for a future. You already said goodbye. You don't miss me, you miss the truth of someone who believed in you. I was holding what you dropped, still here without you. Maybe love isn't meant to be changed. Maybe hearts aren't meant to wait. I don't hate you, I just learned some lessons only come when bridges burn. I let go now, I swear. I was holding what you dropped, but I'm putting it down. I'm done carrying a weight that was never meant to be mine. If loving you cost my peace, then this is what I choose. I was holding what you dropped. Now I'm walking through, so this is me finally free from loving someone who couldn't hold me. You held my hand but not my heart. Said we were close but stayed apart. I read your silence like a sign that maybe one day you'll be mine. You said you needed time to know, but time just taught me how to hope. I built a future in between of what we were and what we've been. I lived on words you couldn't keep, slept with promises to myself each time, while I kept choosing us in my mind. You said you loved me, just unsure, but I'm sure it still breaks the same. I learned how to lower my knees so you wouldn't feel the weight of me. I turned my pain into support, while losing what my heart stood for. I thought being understanding was strong, but it just kept me holding on. I waited in the middle when nothing ever changed. You called it being careful, I called it being brave. I held on to your almost till it hollowed me out. I waited in the middle, now I'm walking out. Maybe love isn't meant to stop. Maybe choosing is the call. I don't hate you, I just see you never chose me fully. And that was enough. I waited in the middle, but I don't stand still. I'm choosing clarity over hope that never will. If loving you meant losing me, then I finally choose. I waited in the middle, now I'm done waiting for you. Some goodbyes take too long. This one is here. City lights flicker like they know my name. I drive in circles just to feel the same. Your last message still no red, like every word I never said. I thought love was holding on, but the dark showed me I was wrong. Every mile without your sound feels like I'm finally slowing down. I gave you more than I had to give, forgot how I was supposed to live. I let the night decide when my heart couldn't say that loving you was hurting me more. With every day I didn't need a goodbye or one last fight. I let the night decide and I walked away. Your shadow lives in every song, but I'm not where you belong. I try to be a safe place while losing all my grace. You said you needed time to heal, but never asked how I would feel. I stood strong through all the signs that you already halfway gone. I mistook silence for peace and paid the price quietly. I let the night decide when words ran out on us, when every maybe felt like no, and trust turned into dust. Stopped waiting for the truth to finally be right. I let the night decide, and I chose my life. Maybe love is knowing when it's done before the damage is begun. I don't hate you, I just learn. Some lessons only come when bridges burn. I had to leave, I let the night decide. Now I'm breathing again, learning how to stand alone without reaching for your hand. If loving you was losing me, then this feels right. I let the night showed you every corner of my mind, let you read between the lines. I stayed when leaving made more sense. Call it love, call it patience. Your laughter filled the empty rooms. Now the quiet feels too true. I keep replaying what we said, like it might change how this ends. I bend my truth to fit your world, still watched it all unfurl. I gave you the best of me, every honest part. I laid my heart wide open, you held it then fell apart. I kept believing love would save what we couldn't be. I gave you the best of me, now there's nothing left to leave. We talked about tomorrow late at night, like it was already a lie. But tomorrow never came, just excuses dressed as fate. I learned your silence spoke too loud when I needed you around. I fought for us with everything you fought to feel us bound. I confused effort with enough and paid the price of love. I gave you the best of me, my fears, my flaws. I carried all the weight while you avoided the cost. You don't miss me, you miss the way I made you feel free. I gave you the best of me, now I'm learning how to leave. Maybe love isn't meant to break, the one who gives more than they take. I don't hate you, I just see this wasn't what love should be. I let go. But I'm taking it back, finding strength in the pieces you couldn't handle intact. If loving you drained my soul, then this is what I choose. I gave you the best of me, now I'm saving me too. No anger, no regret, just a heart finally ends. I showed up early, you showed up late. I read your face, you changed the page. I carried nights you wouldn't name. Called it patience, called it fate. Your phone lit up, you turned away. Said nothing was wrong, said let's be okay. I learned your quiet meant goodbye long before you said it out loud. I felt drifting every day, still I stayed. I was there when you weren't. I loved hard while you learned how to leave without scars, how to fade in my arms. I held us together till it hurt. I was there when you weren't. You said you needed time to think. I gave you space, I couldn't breathe. I made excuses for your doubt, told my heart to wait it out. We talked in circles, never truth. I kept protecting me from you. I believed in what we could be, while you believed in setting free. Ooh, I mistook distance for a try. suspect your reasons like they were enough. I packed my feelings, they were way too much. We talked in calm voices, pretending we're fine. Like endings don't hurt when they take their time. I saw it coming in the way you sighed, and now my name lost its fire in your eyes. I could've begged, could've crossed that line, but pride and love don't always align. I knew if I spoke I'd break in two, so I stayed quiet and watched you choose. I let you in the goodbye, didn't stop you, didn't cry, gave you space to walk away while my heart stayed behind. I didn't fight for something you already let die. I let you in the goodbye. You said we tried, said we gave our best, but love shouldn't feel like a constant test. I was all in, you were almost there. I felt alone even when you cared. I memorized the way you pulled back, like leaving was something you practiced. I held the door and stepped aside, 'cause holding you wouldn't make you mine. I chose my silence over pride, 'cause false in love feels like a lie. I let you in the goodbye when staying felt untrue. I stopped chasing every reason to hold on to you. You needed freedom, I needed truth. I let you in the goodbye, so I could finally lose you. Maybe love isn't who stays the longest, maybe it's who leaves with honesty. I don't hate you, I just learned some endings save what's left of me. I still care. I just walked away. I let you in the goodbye. Now I'm learning how to heal, letting go of what we were to find what's real. If loving you meant letting go, then this was right. I let you in the goodbye, and I chose my life. No last words, no final scene, just me walking forward, finally free. I watch you fade in the spaces between every word you said, every unspoken thing. I held on tight while you drifted away, hoping somehow we'd find yesterday. Your laughter echoes where the light used to be.
I stayed for moments that never stayed with me. I gave my all even when you gave none, learning that loving you had already been done. I kept pretending it would be okay, but my heart was breaking in every way. I stayed too long when love was already gone. I held a dream that couldn't last, living in the shadow of our past. I gave my everything, but it was never enough. I stayed too long for love that was tough. Turn away, the way you silently slowly stole the day. I smiled for you while I cried inside, hiding the pieces I could no longer hide. We talked about forever like it was ours, but forever left us, leaving scars. I fought for us while you let go, learning that some hearts just don't know. I confused patience for hope and trust, and it left me bleeding in the dust. I stayed too long when love was already gone. I held a dream that couldn't last, living in the shadow of our past. I gave my everything, but it was never enough. I stayed too long for love that was tough. Maybe love is knowing when to leave before it breaks you more than you can grieve. I don't hate you, I just see that letting go finally sets me free. I should've left sooner, but I loved you too much. But now I'm learning to heal, turning pain into strength, and finding what's real. If loving you meant losing me, then I finally won. I stayed too long, but now my heart moves on. No more holding on, no more silent fights. But I'm taking back my life. Oh, yeah. I whisper your name in the quiet of my room, hoping somehow it would echo back to you. I held my heart like it belonged to no one. Still it beat for you when the day was done. You never saw the nights I stayed away, counting every promise we never made. I kept my love hidden where you couldn't see, a secret devotion that belonged to me. I thought if I waited you'd finally know that I was here, even when love wouldn't show. I loved you in the shadows, when no one could ever find. Every piece of me belonged to the corners of your mind. I gave you all I could hold while you walked in the sun. I loved you in the shadows until my love was done. I stayed silent through the storms you brought, in my tears so you wouldn't be caught. I carried your absence like it was my own. Even when it left me cold and alone. You spoke of forever but never made it right. I waited in the dark, praying for light. I held the pieces you refused to see. Loved you quietly, endlessly. I confused my patience for strength, and it left me aching at arm's length. I loved you in the shadows, when no one could ever find. Every piece of me belonged to the corners of your mind. I gave you all I could hold while you walked in the sun. I loved you in the shadows until my love was done. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe love is not always seen. Sometimes it lives in the in-between. I don't blame you, I just know some hearts can't return what we show. I held on, even when I should've let go. I loved you in the shadows, yeah, yeah. Now I'm stepping into the light, yeah, yeah. Taking back the heart I gave, yeah. Holding it tight tonight. I remember what I've known, but I let the past be gone. Yeah. I loved you in the shadows, yeah. But now my love moves on quietly. I say goodbye, but my heart survives. I watch the clock, counting every hour, hoping you return with your familiar power. I stayed in places where you used to be, even though your heart had set you free. Your words linger like a fading song. I held on to hope that I knew was wrong. I learned to breathe in your absence while dreaming of your presence. I kept my love quiet, tucked away, waiting for a time that never came. I waited for you in silence while you were already gone. I kept the flame alive, even though it burned alone. I gave my all to shadows of what we used to know. I waited for you in silence and felt the ache grow. I walked past memories in the streets we knew, felt every echo that reminded me of you. I smiled in public, hid the pain inside, held together by pride and a love I couldn't hide. You said forever, but meant a day. I held on to pieces that slipped away. I was your calming the storms you faced, even as your love erased its trace. I gave too much to someone free. I waited, now I move. I waited for you in silence, but now I'm stepping out, taking back my heart and ending all the doubt. If loving you taught me pain, then it also taught me grace. I waited for you in silence, now I found my place. Quietly I breathe again. No more waiting, no more pretending. I gave you all the nights I had to spare, held your silence like it was there. I chased the pieces you left behind, learning how to love a ghost in my mind. Your laughter filled the space between the things you said and what you mean. I kept pretending it was real, even when nothing I felt was healed. I thought you maybe could become a yeah, but love can grow where emptiness rests. I fell for the empty love what wasn't there, gave my heart to shadows while you didn't care. I held on to a heartbeat that was never mine. I fell for the empty and lost all my time. You said forever in passing tones, but left me standing all alone. I built my hope on promises then, and counted every almost as a win. I smiled through the night you were gone, tried to convince myself I was strong, but love without a heart to receive leaves a soul that never leaves. I mistook absence for a test and gave more than was best. I fell for the empty, chased what couldn't stay, loved in the silence of things you wouldn't say. I gave my heart in fragments you never pieced. I fell for the empty and lost what peaked. Maybe love is knowing the end before it breaks the heart again. I don't hate you, I just see I was loving what could never be. I let go. Finally empty, but now I rise, learning to love myself without your lies. If love leaves lessons behind, then I've learned to be free. I fell for the empty, but I'm reclaiming me. No more shadow, no more gold. I fell for the empty, but I'm whole. I'm I watch you shift like seasons in the wind, hoping that the love we had would never end. I stayed through the nights that felt so long, whispering a song where it didn't belong. Your eyes were distant, like you were someone new, and I held on tighter just to hold on to you. Every word you said felt farther away changed. Stayed in a place I couldn't remain. Gave my heart when yours was gone. Loved you through nights that lasted too long. I held on to what used to be while you were losing me. I waited while you changed, and I paid the cost silently. I memorized every habit and glance, hoping somehow we'd have another chance. I forgave the things that cut me deep, pretended that our love was ours to keep. Your laugh, your touch, they became a ghost, a shadow of the love I needed most. I tried to fit where you had moved, but some hearts can't be soothed. I confused patience with hope and care, and ended up fighting alone in despair. I waited while you changed, stayed in a place I couldn't remain. Gave my heart when yours was gone. Loved you through nights that lasted too long. I held on to what used to be while you were losing me. I waited while you changed, and I paid the cost silently. Maybe love is knowing when to leave, before it breaks the parts of you that believe. I don't hate you, I just know some love is meant to let go. I'm moving on, but I still feel you. I waited while you changed. Now I'm stepping into the light, leaving behind what we used to be. Learning to survive the night. If loving you taught me pain, then freedom is what I gain. I waited while you changed. Now I'm whole again. No more shadows, no more chains. I waited while you change, but I'm finally free. But I'm finally free. I held on to the moments that were gone, stayed in a place where I didn't belong. Your shadow lingered in every room, even when your love had made its tomb. I gave my heart to a fading light, hoping your soul would find mine tonight. Every word you whispered felt unsure, a stayed for love that couldn't endure. I told myself patience was strength, but patience has its own length. I held on too long while you were moving on, loved in silence, lost in the fight, fading with you in the night. I gave all I could give, but it was never enough. I held on too long for love that wasn't love, for love that wasn't love. I memorized your every smile and frown, try to lift you up when you were down. Ignored it cracks that grew between. Loved you through things that should have been seen. You said forever but meant goodbye. Stayed loyal while you let time slide. I believed in us through the pain while you were gone, leaving me in vain. I mistook devotion for a vow, and it left me broken somehow. I held on too long while you were moving on. Loved in silence, lost in the fight, fading with you in the night. I gave all I could give, but it was never enough. I held on too long for a love that wasn't love. Maybe love is knowing when to fall before it crushes all. I don't hate you, I just see the cost of holding too much for free. I let go. Finally, I held on too long, but now I rise again, leaving behind what we couldn't mend. Learning to breathe, learning to stand. If loving you taught me pain, and freedom is what I gained. I held on too long, but I'm taking back my heart again. No more shadows, no more change. I held on too long, but I'm free today.